Welcome back to Bougie Beauty TV. I'm super excited. Today, I'm just having a good day today because I just recently started doing some pretty intense free training for the lash group that I have, and I'm super excited to see all of the girls getting so much value and loving it so far. So I'm super excited about that. I just wanted to come on here and talk to everybody about like entrepreneurial spirit and like really what it takes to be an entrepreneur, because there's not a lot of, there are some people out there, like my best friend is a career nurse, and she loves it. She loves working. That is her passion. She loves being a nurse and having a career. And the entrepreneurial, she's kind of caught like the entrepreneurial bug, but she hasn't done it like to the extent that I have. And I actually, and another friend of mine, just recently, it was very flattering because she told me this while we had lunch together the other day, and she told me this while we were sitting down, that she jumped into the entrepreneurial pool because of me, and because I was the first one that she knew of that was really the one who like took the risk and took a leap and started my lash business and started being an esthetician and starting my own like coaching career and stuff like that. And so it was just like, it got me kind of thinking about what it actually takes to be an entrepreneur. And a lot of people, I mean, I've had this comment come up before with me saying that I must be fearless when it comes to being an entrepreneur and starting my own business and not having a guaranteed income. I must be fearless. I'm scared shitless all the time. Because I don't have a safety net. Actually, my husband and I just had this conversation because he's an entrepreneur as well. He owns his own company. He builds custom homes and does renovations and builds and stuff like that. And he owns his own company. And so like he's an entrepreneur. So neither of us like have a safety net to fall back onto. And I used to have a corporate job, and I would have to go downtown all the time, or I worked from home for the last couple of years because they allowed me to do that. But it was still very structured, where I still showed up every single day at like a certain amount of time. I was still and it's a great company, and I wouldn't change my experience with this company for my entire life. I learned so many things. I was around so many great people, and but it just wasn't fulfilling me the way, like it used to, for sure. But it just wasn't fulfilling me the way that I needed to be fulfilled. And so and my husband and I definitely got into fights about, sorry, I keep playing with this. My husband and I got into fights about whether or not this is something, like my esthetician career is something that I actually could pursue and actually make money at. And I invested in coaches. I had a really, really bad experience with a coach, trying to get me to like, because that experience was supposed to take me from just a side hustle to having a steady stream of income and being able to maintain our lifestyle as an entrepreneur. And it just like bombed. It bombed horrifically. I got absolutely zero support from this coach. It was an awful experience. And I was very, very timid and very leery when it came to hiring another business coach. But I did, and it panned out, and I proved to myself, like, because this coach put her money where her mouth is. I talk about her all the time, and it's gonna happen. Her name's Lauren Saunders. Um, she put her money where her mouth is, and she actually coached me and actually helped me get my business to another level, and showed me that there were opportunities and things that I could do that I never even would have considered before. And now I have a thriving online business, which is amazing. Like, I am truly an entrepreneur, and I get excited about doing what I'm doing, and helping women and lash artists, and I'm in talks with two other people about creating online coaching programs, that are specific to a certain niche of people, and like, people are responding to me. And this is where I'm going to bring it back to like what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is about taking risk and trusting that everything is going to be okay, because trusting in yourself and investing in yourself and taking a risk on yourself is never a mistake, ever. There are going to be times in the unfolding of our ultimate goal that we do fail, but I have never looked at those failures like with this coach. I spent $10,000 on this coach, almost, and got zero help, zero. I can't even describe to you how much frustration and how angry I was at myself for making that mistake. But from that mistake came the realization of how I want to appear online, and who I want to help, and how I want to present myself, and how authentically I want to present myself, and what kind of value I want to provide for people. And it gave me, and then I took a risk on another business coach, and my husband was like so terrified, because we don't have safety nets to fall back onto. And if I had never if I had never invested in this crappy business coach, I never would have found Lauren. And so I'm a huge believer in what it takes to be an entrepreneur is trusting that everything is going to be okay, even when you fall. Taking risks and towards your ultimate goal, like taking risks and taking steps towards your ultimate goal, are still steps. Even if you fall, it's a like my fail means your first attempt in learning. And so you take those failures and you learn from them, and you keep moving forward. You don't just stop. If this is a really bad analogy, because I'm not educated in this person whatsoever, but like, if Steve Jobs kept stopping at every failure that he made instead of learning from it and moving forward, like, we wouldn't have iPhones, and we wouldn't have, like, I mean, and that's like controversial, but it's like it's a good analogy. Like, if every successful entrepreneur stopped at every failure that they had throughout the unfolding of their business, and of their passions, and the goals that they had, we wouldn't have a lot of things today. They wouldn't be successful. They wouldn't be where they are today. And so I think that what it takes to be an entrepreneur, it's not having no fear. It's not, being fearless, or it's trusting in yourself, and if you believe in manifestation, which I 100% do. I'm such a manifestation junkie. I have seen incredible things in my life, when it comes to my mindset and who I am. It's trusting that universe or source or whatever you want to call it has your back, and is going to take care of you, and is going to show you, through intuition or nudges, or through somebody else saying something, listening to a podcast, anything like that. It's going to show you the right steps to take in order to reach your goals, and in order to keep pushing forward. So I think that being what it takes to, because not everybody has it. Like I said, my girlfriend Kendra is like a career nurse, and she absolutely loves that. I could not do that. I don't want to work for anybody else. And I have another friend who's just like super happy working for a great big oil and gas company, and that's just like, that's totally fine and dandy for her. But like, for me, that wasn't fulfilling enough. And I think being an entrepreneur and having what it takes to be an entrepreneur means being willing to take the risks and invest in yourself and trust that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you today. I just get that off my chest because it takes being in talks with these well, just one in particular. She's an online coach as well. Just being in talks with her about creating a program and niching it towards a specific group of people about being an entrepreneur. I got imposter syndrome, and I was like, what? I've only been, I'm not a true entrepreneur. I haven't been, I'm not to that level of success that I want to be and all this stuff. And I definitely got this imposter syndrome because she's a lot more experienced than I am. She makes a lot more money than I do. She's done so many coaching, she's got an online subscription, and she's got this great big signature program that she's working on. She teaches in great big school group settings. She's amazing. And so talking to her, I didn't get the feeling that I was almost entrepreneurial enough to add value to this. But that was ego talking, and I had to take a step back and kind of look back at everything that I've accomplished as an entrepreneur. I'm not going to stop at one level. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep taking risks and investing in myself and pushing forward, because this is what I love to do. And I truly believe that taking a risk on myself is never a bad idea. It is never a bad investment. And I will always be there to lift myself back up. I'm my own biggest cheerleader, and I will always never stop. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's a little bit of a rant today, but I'm super grateful and happy to be an entrepreneur and to be my own boss. And I know there's a lot of people out there that want to, that have that entrepreneurial bug, especially in the industry that I'm in, with aesthetics and beauty we call it the vanity industry. But there's a lot of people in this industry that have the entrepreneurial bug, and I think it's so important to remember that if you do have that, there's no safety net. It's taking a risk and being okay with pushing through your first attempts and learning, and pushing through that fear, and finding what really makes you happy and makes you passionate and makes you excited to wake up every single day and step into your badass CEO self and take the world by storm. So I just want to send love to all my Bougie Beauty subscribers. I've been super, I will do this with 0 people watching. I will do it with 1 million people watching, because I absolutely love putting out content and feel good vibes and having and just being able to uplift the community that I am a part of. So that was a little tangent too. That had nothing to do with being an entrepreneur, but I guess that's my entrepreneurial spirit. I'm here to be authentically myself and bring you Bougie Beauty TV at its finest. So I love you all, and I hope, what day is it today? It's Monday. It is Monday. So these are my Monday vibes. Get up, get cute, and get shit done. I'm super excited to keep posting videos for you. So expect another one soon. I love you all.